Is GPU mining worth it in February 2019? So let's mine away. Hello guys, welcome back to Bitresponder, your host Mark Luther. And recently we have hit 900 subscribers. That's a really huge, milestone. Hopefully we are going to reach 1000 subscribers. So thank you guys for all the support. And hopefully we're going to reach that. So don't forget to like, share, and also subscribe down below. Anyways, today we're going to look at GPU mining, the GPU mining state, everything about GPU mining farms and all that stuff. So let's run into the calculations. First, we're looking at the 580, 12 cents per kilowatt hour, with the average of the US. As you can see, you can get DBX, which is Dubai coin. It's 39 cents. Profit is 0. Okay, now let me just tell you about this thing. A lot of people keep telling me, confidently that you're getting no profit. Let me tell you something. Firstly, there's more than one factor that is coming into this. Firstly, your overclocks with mining. Now, if you're new to mining, overclocks are just basically like BIOS using MSI Afterburner, where you change the performance of the card, where you get it a bit more, a bit less electricity. You just play with the numbers, and then get that sweet spot where you're getting the same hash rate as 100% electricity, but instead you're using 60%. For example, with Ethereum mining on a RX 580, 8 gigabytes ASUS. So depends on your card. That's the first thing, overclocks. Second thing is the exchange rate. Now here it shows you one exchange. You don't have a drop down menu, okay, where you have more than one exchange. So Dubai coin maybe on another exchange might have a higher exchange rate, where here it's not really high exchange rate. Another thing, you have the difficulty, the type of the card. Some of them get you a bit more hash rate. There's a lot of numbers that play in this whole GPU mining thing. So don't think that for a minute that what to mine is always accurate, what to mine is always hitting that sweet spot, because trust me, some people sent me screenshots, sent me a lot of videos about their mining rigs where they get 100 times more performance than what to mine. There's 100. What to mine is just a calculation based algorithmic website. They're not really having those rigs, testing them daily, and even if they have that, there's a lot of factors, guys. So I think you have to do more research on the topic if you're starting GPU mining. Anyways, $129 per card. Now this is coming from the state of Tennessee in the US, as you can see, MSI. So I think you can negotiate. For example, $229 per card. As you can see, there's about 6 boxes with this one on top with MK2 armor. Maybe you can get all the cards for a slightly less or a slightly better thing. You can contact the seller, 100% positive feedback. The thing is, what I'm trying to say is that try to actually always talk to the seller, try to always get better deals, because always you can negotiate, even with more than one card. That always works. Okay, and it has been disclosed that it has been used for ETH mining, so don't worry, $129 per card is not as much as damaging as other cards back in 2017, where you had $500 per card, like even used. Back in the days things were much crazy. Anyways, without paying electricity, because electricity cancels the profit, so you get 0 profit on this. Okay, you will have 330 days. Now, this is good for? This is actually good for the people who have free electricity, and I cannot tell you how much people have contacted me and I told them, do you pay electricity or that stuff? Some of them actually tell me they don't. So teenagers and all these people, okay, or people in college, okay, these people can really get a lot of profit in this bear market. And this is just only in the bear market. Imagine when things go 100x in the future, 5 years time, when you just come one day and have something worth that did not have, it was worth cents, then it has been worth dollars. So if I were you guys, I would really look onto the future. I would not only look on a month or 2-month basis. Anyways, the next card is the 2080. Now the 2080 has been used for mining on this new algorithm, Kokoro 29. That's the first time I see about this, and I'm not sure this is just only on NiceHash. There's no other cryptocurrencies as far as I know. Maybe I'm naive into this fact. Anyways, 59 cents. you know, and I don't like the fact that we're mining this because it's just new. I'm not sure what it is, what, you know, hash rates you can get on this. Anyways, I found this card for $6.49. Now some of them come with like $750 dollars. Now in the UK, you know, getting these cards, you know, to here is really, you know, really expensive. You cannot really get a really good deal. Okay, a lot of people just will not sell you a good deal. You know, I'm always just on the cheap right here, you know, especially with like an RX 580 right now in my system with a 1066 gigabyte. You know, until prices just settle down, I'm not buying any RTX 2080s unless I go to the US, get a card right there, and hopefully, you know, get it inside the UK. Maybe they will tax it, I'm not sure, the VAT fees. Anyways, that's $1,100. Okay, you know, no, 1,100 days. Okay, excuse me. So as I told you guys, there's a lot of factors. Exchange rate, you know, you have overclocks, you have the difficulty, which is not specified right here, but as you can see, other cryptocurrencies which you can mine, you can get, you know, other things. And let me ask you this question: if mining was not profitable, why would you see these insane hash rates on certain algorithms? And I'm not even talking about, you know, ETH hash or, you know, X16R. You know, X16R still I'm not sure. For example, another example, what is Monero? I'm not sure, that have ASICs on their, you know, algorithm. Okay, we're talking about algorithms that have only GPUs and they have a lot of hash rate. Why? Because some people either have cheap electricity, some people know how to flip whatever they get out of, you know, the GPUs, you know, in terms of earnings, you know, and that's what I'm trying to teach people on this channel, is that use your GPUs because the risk to reward, you know, ratio is really low, which is really good. You know, lower risk, higher reward. You know, we saw cryptocurrencies such as Zcash coming out of nowhere. We saw cryptocurrencies as Ravencoin. I remember mining Ravencoin and winning these like prizes on some pools. They used to, like, you know, put a prize, for example, and the more miners come on, maybe you're going to win. And I once won, you know, about 500 ravens. In the old days, that's like what, $3? I'm not sure. Right now it's maybe worth X amount of dollars, for example, and that's in the bear market, keep in mind. So cryptocurrencies come and go. There's a lot of, you know, we had recently green coin. Take for example, a lot of people made some profit flipping green coin. So if I were you, I would keep a really keen eye on these Discord groups and, you know, keep following the trends, because that way, even in you know, in such a market, you know, in such a crisis we're having right now in this bear market, I think you can get really good percentages. Anyways, going on, you have the 2080 Ti, you have 81 cents on this, you know, whatever this algorithm is. Now I found Nvidia, okay, as the best cards to sell them at the best price, at least for the 10 Ti models, because I think the other resellers are selling them for 1,500 in terms, you know, of that side. So here you have $1,200. If you're living in the US, you are getting, you know, better, you know, prices, maybe for shipping fees and VAT and all that stuff. Anyways, calculator 1,481 days. Now in terms of calculations, we have finished, but what I want to say is just one message, is that even if you're not a miner, you know, you're just a gamer, or you're a guy, you know, that is trying to get some GPUs for maybe designing or something, you know, now is the best time to buy GPUs than ever. You know, you can either mine them on the side, you can multitask with them, you can game with them, you can, you know, now, you know, a lot of these cards, okay, GPUs are really cheap and they're really, you know, still efficient, and some of you can get some are new, you know. And what I'm seeing is that GPU mining, in terms of is it dead or is it not dead, I would not say it's dead, because if it was really dead, I would not see such crazy difficulties on here. Because let me tell you one thing about mining, and that thing alone, okay, that mining, you know, the risk to reward ratio, that means, you know, when you invest $1,000 into Bitcoin, for example, that's $1,000 going to virtual currency, okay, and based on your confidence or based on the market conditions or your emotions, that $1,000 can go to $200 or $1, you know. you do not have that much flexibility in terms of investment. But with GPU mining, okay, you have lower risk, because even if cryptocurrencies, I'm not trying to indicate that it's going to fall, but let's say they go to $1,000 Bitcoin, and things get even more dirtier, and more blood on the streets, then at least you have these rigs. You can sell these rigs, you can maybe sell them to designers. Maybe there's a lot of uses for these GPUs, even if you mined with them. Okay, in less than a year, I don't think GPUs can get ruined. At least from that point of view. I sold my rig, okay, for now, because I really want to start trading cryptocurrencies more, because to be honest, in the UK, mining is not worth it. I believe in the US, you can get 100 times better terms of mining. So if I was in the US, I would invest into mining rigs and I would have the outlook. But since I'm not in the US, who am I trying to joke? Who am I trying to fool? So always think about the long run. Always think about these GPUs, okay, that have a higher value, less risk for more reward, and hopefully that just clears out what I'm trying to say. So thank you guys for watching this video from BitTruth, your host Mark Luther, and hopefully you change your mind about GPU mining, about cryptocurrencies, about this space. I know that the space is really small right now, and I know it has been a bear market. Maybe in 2 years time, I'm going to come back to this video and laugh at myself looking at these red graphs and all these low numbers, because who knows what's on the other side. So always guys, stay hopeful, stay awesome. See you guys on the next video.